everyone. Okay, so I'm standing here with Victoria Kirby, who is in the Office of University Communications at Howard, and she's going to tell us a little about what she does and how social media is really changing the face of Howard. So, hi, Victoria.
Hi, Kiara.
Nice to thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
No problem at all.
So tell us, what is your title? Like, what exactly is do you do in the Office of University Communications?
I'm the social media coordinator for the university.
Okay.
I oversee all of our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We have a fledgling iTunes account that we're still building and gaining more content before it goes live. And we also have a blog. And so I've been doing this for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half, and working to continually build out what we have, what we're offering. We recently came in 32 out of 6,000 schools.
Oh, right.
Number one in the DC area.
For social media.
And so we're very excited about that.
And you were obviously an integral part of that because you oversee all of this. Okay, so now how long has Howard been officially on social media? Were they accounts that you created, or they were there when you came on? And
Howard had a Facebook account of about 3,000 likes back when there were Facebook pages, fan pages. About 3,000 likes, but no one really managed the content. It was kind of something that was created. And so when I came in, I took the official control over the Facebook account and worked to build more fans and to create more opportunities for engagement between our fans and the university community. There was also a YouTube channel, but it had really only been used to post videos of opening convocation, which is our one of our larger ceremonies in the fall semester. And so it was pretty much the basic usage of it. But when I came on, we worked really hard to get more content so that there was more that people could interact with once they went on our YouTube channel.
Okay. Now, is the university, taking any strides to use the social media as a method to reach back out to alumni?
Yes.
Or is the focus more so on recruitment? Or is it all of that? Tell me about the social media strategy for Howard University.
And we definitely have an overall strategy, which includes, as you mentioned, alumni engagement with prospective students and their parents, our current students, our faculty, our staff, and community partners and friends. And so you'll see varying messages. You'll kind of see some of our more press newsy messages that goes out to talk about kind of the branding of the university, major events the university is working with partners. So a couple weeks ago we partnered with the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation as well as the National Urban League, and so we did a lot of social media teamwork together to really make that event successful, to get people out there and to engage with some of the topics, for instance, that the National Urban League really wanted to focus on, which is mainly the economy. In terms of prospective students, we really try to use it as a tool, especially when they're deciding between schools. You'll find students who'll say, I'm deciding between Harvard and Howard, or between Spelman and Howard, and really having the opportunity to respond to them in real time and tell them why they should choose Howard over Harvard or Spelman or Georgetown or whatever other university. And so it's a really good tool for prospective students. Our current students use it mostly to find out about events and activities, promotions, and then also for us to get data and to find out what they think about different issues at the university, find out the positive sides and the things that we need to work on as an institution. So it's also a really good assessment tool for our current students, faculty, and staff.
Okay. Now, my last question, how are you all tracking your social media? I don't know if you're using Google Analytics, I don't know what you're using, but tell me a little bit about what you guys are using to track your social media, and then how much of an impact that's having on, any alterations in the strategy at all.
We definitely track. We use a website called Hootsuite to track our social media uses. Facebook also has its own built-in analytics, which are very helpful. It lets us know what countries our followers are from, what cities, what their languages are, which is really fascinating. We have a huge following from the Middle East, from Africa and the Caribbean. It's really interesting. India is like number 3 in terms of the countries that really interact with us most on Facebook.
Okay.
Of course, America's number 1. But we have a huge international presence in terms of our Facebook users. And so in terms of using that data strategically, we're able to find out what some of the students' needs are. On Twitter, we're able to see, Twitter is very useful to get immediate information back from our students about what they thought about events. We had an open house event. Immediately after we did the open house with our prospective students, we were able to find out what they liked. Awesome. It was really good that we didn't get too much negative feedback. but we were really able to see what worked, what didn't work, what we should do differently next year. And that type of data is very useful for admissions and other offices that deal with prospective students. We look at how we can engage different cities, different parts of the country more. So, for instance, we have a large amount of students and alumni.
Part of your tracking is geographic.
It's geographic, exactly.
Okay.
And so, Howard's a national university. We're chartered by Congress. We receive a good amount of taxpayer dollars, and so we work really hard to make sure that our impact is felt not just in the South or the Mideastern Atlantic states, but also the West, in the Midwest, where we have a huge presence in New England. So it's been very beneficial in that way.
Okay. And my last question is, just tell me, I don't know how much you're allowed to say, but if you can give me a little bit of an idea into the future of Howard's social media. Might Howard be coming up with its own social network? Might Howard be coming out with an app soon? I see now there's more mobile involvement with the shuttle and things like that. So if you can give me just whatever you can say about the future of Howard's social media, that'd be great.
Okay. We just launched a mobile web application during homecoming, and so the interface is very much like your iPhone app, only you're able to use it across platforms. So that's why we chose to go with the mobile web application versus like an iPhone application itself or a BlackBerry, because any smartphone can have access to it, and it looks just like it looks the same way. And so we're going to definitely build that out even more. We launched it as a homecoming application. We're going to make it more user-friendly and useful for the entire school year. And so that's one thing that we're working on. We're also going to look at other networks that we might want to start using, such as Foursquare is becoming more popular on Howard's campus, and particularly with alumni. It'll be a great tool during homecoming, so people can become the mayor of our student center or of the yard, which would be huge, and offer ways to engage people in that way. And there's some other social media networks like LinkedIn and others that we would like to have play a stronger, more prominent role in.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time and telling me a little bit more about Howard's social media. I look forward to hearing more about it in the future. Again, this is Victoria Kirby, and University Communications, social media lady for Howard. You need to know her. And thanks.
No problem, Kiera. Thanks for inviting me.